Everyone told us to stay away from the old house at the end of Brookline Street. It had been abandoned for decades, and every kid in town had heard the rumors. Strange noises, shadows in the windows, people who went inside and didn't come back. I thought it was just stories, something to scare us. But when Kyle dared me to go in, I didn't want to look scared. 5 minutes, he said, smirking. Go to the master bedroom, take a picture, and come back. Easy. It didn't feel easy. Even standing at the gate, I could feel the house looming over me, its broken windows like empty eyes. But I wasn't about to chicken out. The first thing that hit me when I stepped inside was the smell. Wet wood and something sour, like rotting food. The air felt heavy, thick enough to choke on. My flashlight flickered as I moved, the beam barely cutting through the darkness. The stairs creaked louder than they should have, every step sounding like a scream in the silence. I kept my eyes forward, refusing to look too closely at the shadows pooling in the corners. The hallway upstairs was lined with broken mirrors. Most of the glass was cracked, but enough remained to catch my reflection in fragments as I walked. I hated the way they looked, warped, stretched, like pieces of me that didn't fit together. At the end of the hall was the master bedroom. The door was slightly open, and I could see moonlight spilling inside. I pushed the door wider and stepped in. The room was empty except for a tall mirror standing in the corner. It looked out of place, too clean for this house. The surface was flawless, reflecting the room perfectly. I snapped a picture with my phone, ready to prove I'd been there and get out. But as I lowered the phone, I froze. Something had moved in the mirror. I whipped around, my flashlight darting across the room, but it was empty. My skin prickled as I turned back to the mirror. My reflection wasn't mine anymore. It looked like me, but it wasn't. Its eyes were too dark, like the pupils had swallowed the irises. Its smile stretched too wide, showing too many teeth. It raised its hand and waved. I didn't wave back. My arms were stiff at my sides, but the thing in the mirror was moving. It pressed its hands against the glass and leaned forward, its face twisting into something hungry. "Leave," it whispered. The voice didn't come from the room. It came from inside my head, echoing like it had always been there. I stumbled back, dropping my flashlight. It rolled across the floor, casting wild, spinning beams of light. The reflection tilted its head, watching me with something like amusement. Then it slammed its hands against the glass. The mirror cracked, the sound sharp and deafening. I turned and ran, not caring about the noise or the shadows or the fact that I could hear footsteps chasing me. I didn't stop until I was outside, gasping for air. Kyle and the others were waiting for me, their laughter dying when they saw my face. "What happened?" Kyle asked. "Are you okay?" I shoved my phone at him. "Look." My voice shook as he opened the photo. The picture showed the room, the mirror, and me standing in front of it. But the reflection wasn't waving anymore. It was pressed against the glass, grinning, with bloody smears where its hands touched. Kyle looked up at me, but his face went pale. "What's wrong?" I asked. "Your eyes," he whispered. I turned my phone to selfie mode. My reflection stared back, but it wasn't mine. The smile was too wide. "Did you miss me?" it said,